Hi everyone, I'm TyrelUK and welcome to Fun for Free. This is a series looking at free-to-play games. Today we're going to take a look at Magic Duels, which is Wizards of the Coast's latest Magic the Gathering standalone game, which is kind of less standalone, but I'll show you that in a moment. For those who don't know Magic, it's a collectible card game that started in the 90s. Hugely popular. It's two wizards, or generally anyway, the normal game, it's two wizards playing spells and summoning creatures, trying to get the opponent's life total of 20 down to 0. There are a couple other ways of winning the game as well, but that's the main objective. So every year Wizards of the Coast bring out their Arena of the Planeswalker game, which is kind of a standalone game to try and draw people into the Magic world. There's also the more popular Magic Online, which is more of a traditional Magic tournament environment where you can actually purchase whole swathes of cards and expansions and all sorts, and play as though you're in a store against other people or at tournaments and stuff like that. I'm an old Magic player. I haven't played seriously for some time now. I've dabbled on and off since Revised back in the early 90s. The Arena of the Planeswalkers games have really drawn me because I stepped away from Magic due to time and money issues. It's a huge money sink, Magic can be. So I'd had enough of the collectible nature of it and decided to step away from it. So this gives me a chance to scratch that Magic itch without having to put loads into it. Now they have been paid for games up to this point. I didn't like how they did that previously, because you paid for the game and then they heavily tried to get you to purchase micro purchases on top of that. I believe last year's may have been free. I'm not entirely certain, I'd have to look that up, but I've got it in my head last year's was free, but it didn't have much in the way of deck customization or online multiplayer. Now, this one does seem to have opened it up a lot more and looks very attractive, so let's take a look at it in a bit more depth. So on the left here you can see we have story mode, which is a classic going through pre-made AIs, trying to beat them. A lot of them need very specific decks to tackle them, and you have to kind of think about it more puzzle-like. When you first load the game, the only option is this, and it takes you through a lengthy tutorial mode. This whole character here is basically a tutorial mode. I found it very annoying that you couldn't skip it. Having played a lot of Magic in the past, it was very boring to get through it. It has a kind of tutorial about a particular mechanic in the game, and then allows you to play a game using that mechanic to defeat them, but it's very straightforward, not a lot of thinking involved, and it was just a matter of ploughing through it and grinding until you get through it and open up the rest of the game. Now I really do think they should have included an option to skip all that and just give you the coins you would have got if you know the game already. It seems bizarre to me that they didn't. So I have now opened up the next one, and you get coins from that, and from the coins you can buy booster packs. So let's have a look at what else we have. So battle mode is the online or solo. Now these skill quests are the tutorials basically, so I'll come back to that later maybe. So you have versus battle, which is an online battle. Now I haven't actually tried that yet, I've only just got through the tutorial. But I believe you can create any decks you want out of your collection, so it's a lot freer and more open than the previous Arena of the Planeswalkers games, which were very limited in what you could do, what you could build, and what decks were available. There's the solo battle, which is just using your decks against AI. Two-Headed Giant, which is a variant of Magic, where it's a 2v2, and then you can go into My Decks to look at your collection and edit your decks. We also have the card collection. So in here it shows all the available cards, or you can click here to show just the cards you own, how many of each. I don't like the way this is laid out, to be perfectly honest, but yeah, they could have done that better. But there is a filter here as well, so you can it's not a very in-depth filter, mind you, but you can certainly look at specific colours. Then you can go into My Decks. So this is one that I basically got the computer to create automatically. It gives you that option. So you've got a deck wizard, which will ask you the sort of deck you want to create and then suggest cards. Or there's the full deck builder. So again, I'm not impressed with how this is laid out. It looks like it's got more filter options up there at least. So yeah, it could be okay, but I would much prefer a list view or grid, something that fits a lot more on the screen than this at one time. So I'll quit out of that. Also, you have quests. Now, these are daily quests, and they give you coins per quest you do. Now this, I believe, is a community quest. So the community as a whole have to reach this target. They're nearly there now, and I'm assuming everyone gets 40 coins. So I'm hoping if I do nothing, I'll just get 40 coins for free. So that's nice, because that means if you're not playing it regularly, you're still building up coins. So and there's individual quests here, so I have to win 2 duels with a white and blue or a green and white deck. So yeah, that would enable me to buy more cards there. And you have the options down here, and last but not least, it's the store. Now, this was the bit that I was a little nervous about, how much they're trying to push the monetization and how easy it is to play free. So in the boosters section, so the only set available in this is the Magic Origins core set. And you can buy a booster with 6 cards for 150 gold. So if you think back to the quests, that's not bad. You can get a booster every couple days or so for free, so that's not bad at all. It does encourage you to spend money, because it isn't particularly fast, but it is feasible to just spend a little bit here or there and still build up your collection. Now the purchasing, as you can see, it's £1.27 for a booster essentially. The more you spend, the more you'll get. So if you wanted to go that route, it's not too expensive, and I may put some money into that to get my collection going. So let's take a look at this story mode, and I'll show you the game proper. So here, within this branch, there's 5 games, moving up 10, 20, 30 for reward. So here we have the game board. Now, anyone who's played Magic Online or a previous Arena of the Planeswalkers will feel right at home here. It's all very similar. Now these, I'm still getting some of these helping hands pop up. So I'll assume you know how to play Magic. It's quite an in-depth game. If you want to learn more, then I would suggest downloading this. As I said, it is free to play, and it does have an extensive tutorial to kind of hold your hand through the basics of the game. Now I think I will do a new hand. I didn't have much in the way. I believe there's a new mulligan rule as well. I think if you mulligan it again, so you go down to 6 cards, then you're able to scry 1. But I haven't tested that. That's just something I heard about. So I'll keep that one. Now I'm sure I won't be very good at this. Over the last few years I've only really played the Arena of the Planeswalkers games, so I'm very out of touch. I play a fair bit of Hearthstone and when I started playing this I did notice it took a little bit to change my mindset from Hearthstone to this. Yeah, that'll do. That has a nice draw a card feature for once I've got more land out. Now these quest ones, sorry, the campaign ones, give you a deck to use. This isn't one that I've built. What else have I got? Yeah, let's get him out. I think I'll skip that. I've actually turned the music off. It was getting hugely irritating. That's good. That's good, I needed more lands. Okay, I think I'll just attack with all of them. Ah, bugger. I didn't read that card properly, did I? I could have done. Okay, well that didn't go very well. Okay, let's see what we got here then. 2, 3. So that's very good, but a little on the delicate side. Okay, I think I'll get this Phantasmal Dragon out then. And just hope he hasn't got anything to target it. Because that should at least stop him from attacking me. No, that's worrying. Okay, well, I'll block that. Ah, of course, yes. I was forgetting it can boost up. Well, at least I got rid of it. Anyway, enough of my rubbish playing. I'm sure you get the idea now. So, I think I'll play more of it. I like what I've seen, and as I said, it's just something that scratches that magic itch sometimes. And Hearthstone, while I love it, doesn't have the same depth and complexity as Magic. I'm very pleased to see that they've really done something with the deck building side of things, because that's something that was really sorely lacking from the previous releases. It's a huge part of the game of Magic, and to just barely scratch that, the surface of that, was just ridiculous. Didn't like that. So yeah, I hope you like what you see. Cheers, see you next time.